Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve Skyblock Expert Mode. So as you can see, I've been moving my machines upstairs from the logistical pipe crafting area, and so a lot of these machines like the pulverizer, the furnace, the smelter are all slowly getting converted into ME patterns so I can go through and craft things. So the most recent thing I made was Enderium, and so what I did was kind of expand on what I did last episode with the fluid auto filler, and so I also moved up my industrial craft machines, and as before, I have to hook them up to EU power by using these wire connectors, so that's working out fine. But the what I ended up doing was building a magnet crucible, moving the magnet crucible up, and using a fluid import bus, so that way I could dump things like ender pearls and whatnot into the crucible, and they would get imported into my ME system as liquids. So I have the resonant ender importing here, which is our liquid ender pearls. I have a stack of redstone, which is also liquefied. So I can. What I'd like to do is make some of the special item ducts. So these guys, the fluctuating item ducts. So I think that's how I'm going to work to hook up these thermionic fabricators over here. Since they're kind of oddly shaped, they're going to need power and a sand filler here. So I'm going to need the interface on top to give it a formula request. I'm going to need an export bus on the bottom to withdraw the items, and then I'm going to need the a sand input and power. So slowly work my way back to what I had in logistical pipes. But the latest thing is basically I can craft Enderium gears end to end here. So if I ask for a gear, well, that's not very exciting. But if I ask for 2 gears, 3 gears, there we go. So that's going to run through the whole crafting cycle. It's going to use a bucket to produce a ender bucket using the autofiller, and basically work through, use the blaze and blah 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 to create pyrotheum dust, which will then go into the induction smelter to produce the ingots, which will get dropped into the conveyor belt over here, which is going to produce my gears. So that's working out quite well. I'm very happy with the way that that's turning out. And so I've also been hooking up things to the assembly table. And so what I'd like to do is just make a resonant machine frame recipe here. So that's going to be a dense plate, the 2 obsidian, the circuit board, and my do I have any emerald chipsets? No, I don't. So let's just grab those pieces, crushed obsidian, the little bit of these intricate circuit boards, and I'm able to pre-fill this formula. I don't recall. Let's see if let's see, machine frame and the I'm going to need the dense iron plate next, so I made 2 of them. So let's head down and throw these in here. So bink, 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 bink. Alright, so that's going to make one of our resonant machine frames after a lot of RF transfers. Let me grab the chipsets out of here. I have one pre-made that I've been working on. So my goal is I want to be able to craft 2 more of these inscribers, so that way I can start to automate all 3 of the inscriber patterns. So because I can't dynamically pull those out, I'm just going to have to create dedicated machines, 1 for each style. So not that big of a problem. It's just a bit of a investment. So let's throw that in, and make a formula. So there we go. Assembly table done. And so with the inscriber, so I'm still missing, I haven't recreated the overclocker formulas. So that's sort of what I've been wanting to do. But it's just turning into kind of a complicated mess. So I have the electronic circuit, I have the insulated copper cable. I'm missing these coolant cells. So the coolant cells are going to require me to put IC2 coolant into a bottle. Now the coolant is a little funky because that is of course sourced from the industrial craft machine down here. If I could find it. Yep, there we go. Let's try not to die. What is my, oh, okay, I'm actually a pretty full jetpack level. So this guy is going to have to take the water. Let's grab my wrench, right click, grab that out. Okay, and yep, that'll be good. So what I can do, let's build over here next to this machine. Let's just get rid. I was thinking of creating some walls and kind of giving a little architecture space, but that doesn't seem to be my my skill set. I'm mostly best at just hooking up machines. And yep. So I think what I'm going to need to do is create a water input, and then a kind of feed it a. How am I going to do this? It's probably not the best placement, but yeah, that'll work. So let's grab an interface here. And drop that on top. Let's grab the slab off the bottom, and let's make ourselves a fluid export, so that way we can start to get the water out of our system. So let's do this. Let's make a couple of, okay, what am I missing? I'm missing cobblestone. Okay. I guess I haven't quite hooked that up to the system yet. I have all these cobble gens everywhere, but just not in the right spot. So let's do that. Make a piston. Done. And done. Okay, so let's grab the smart cable again. And one of our water buckets. So the way we can do this then is drop in a piece of the cable, drop the export bus on top, and then feed it with the bucket, and that's going to say export water. So already that's put 8 buckets of water in here. So the machine then is going to need to take, let's see, is there a formula clicker anywhere? Recipes, yes. So this is what I'm going to need to do. Little bit of 1 bucket of water plus a universal cell plus a lapis lazuli dust becomes coolant. So yep. So I guess I could take a cut. Universal cell. Yeah, I don't think I have these. So let me quick wire up the formulas for this, and I'll be right back. Alright, I got everything wired up finally. So I ended up putting in the fluid export bus to dump in the water. I put an interface on top to create this coolant cell out of 8 lapis and 1 empty cell, or lapis dust. The cells and everything else are manufactured over here. Well, I ended up making, yep, here it is, tin plates. Tin plates are made here in the metal former. So once I get this up and running, I should be able to make overclockers just purely by formula. At that point, yeah, what am I missing? Okay, nothing. Overclocker upgrade, great. So with that, that's just a normal crafting formula. So let's dump it in. And that means I should be able to make overclockers on demand. Yep, a little complicated, but it'll flow. So I think the next thing I want to do is start loading up. Let's see, can I make, yeah, let's just start putting overclockers in this just to kind of accelerate. So the way this worked was I ended up having the items will form here and dump down into this empty cell area here, which will then form the item and eject it thanks to the ejector upgrade. So that will then push the item back into the ME system up here into this storage area, which will then feed back into the ME storage, well, yeah, into the ME drive. And so that's how things will build up and cache until things can flow forward. So overclocker, let's add a couple more then. 6 might be excessive, but yep, that'll work out really well. Okay, there we go. And so the water itself will then automatically refill. Whoops, I guess I accidentally put some coolant into the fluid storage, but during my testing. But one thing I did see though, now I'm using the wireless terminal, but I see that there was a new one that was added. See, here we have the wireless fluid terminal, and then we should have the wireless universal terminal. And that is something I want to make here just by adding the, I think this will be as simple as just adding a terminal to my existing wireless one. So let's create, so I can't. Okay, so that gets back to my other project here. How far along am I? Almost done, actually. So, yeah, once this is finished, then let's make up another inscriber just to start. Yep, and good. I'm probably not going to use this very often, but it kind of helps with the with all the different pieces here. All right, so I guess I'm lazy in the regards. Oh shoot, I see what's happening. I left this in my inventory. All right, so quick cancel, and then let's throw in machine frame, and then we'll make the inscriber. Yep, a lot simpler here. Bam, bam. So gold, and let's grab another interface as well as item ducts and servos, and that should be good. So if we head down, what I'd like to do is just wire this up in parallel. I don't think I can actually do that then. Yeah, well, for now, let's make sure I get the, what I was thinking was just kind of put these end to end to end. I'll have the items feed out here. Yep, and get sucked out of here. Then the logic will be here, followed by a piece of gold. So that means I have to get some kinesis pipe, which I don't think I have at the moment. Kinesis. And done. Okay. So that'll load up, create the printed logic circuit. Let's load in another one. So that'll still route down to here as it should, and then into here. And there we go. So logic processor. So if I let that run, then I should be able to make that terminal. Alright, so I think that I misjudged this formula. So in order to make the universal terminal, I'm going to make another fluid interface. And if we look at the formula for this, down here is where I have the multiple selection for the wireless terminal plus a fluid terminal. So let's try that. If we were to get our wireless terminal out, get a fluid terminal, and now we have a universal terminal that can do both items and fluids. Excellent. So with that, well, how's that supposed to work? Because item mode link, stored energy, mode item. I don't see how I can switch the wireless terminal mode. Shift right click maybe? Yep, shift right clicks. Okay, so that's what it is. So if I ever need to check on my fluid levels, now I can. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Actually, does that mean I can get a bucket on demand? So let's just come over here, shift right click. Let's say I want to dump my water back into the system. Yep, that worked. Okay, cool. So if I want to get lava out, I can do that remotely now. Excellent. Alright, I'm back and I'm ready to put down a new block, this auto-enchanter. So I had created this a while ago. Well, it feels like a while ago, but what I actually did was a lot of work. So I ended up hooking doing a lot of work over by the mob farm, and I ended up building another one of the quantum gates here underneath the spawner and the grinder, and I hooked it up to replace the fluid duct that was hooked up to the tank. And I replaced it with this smart cable and another fluid storage bus. So what that allows me to do is basically pump the essence into the ME system and have it recognized by everything else. So that 2,000 or 2 million millibuckets or 2,000 buckets is being recognized by the system. And I ended up replacing this smart cable with an export bus, which should be I guess I never got around to that, but let's do that next. Fluid export bus, and let's make sure I have the bucket of mob essence. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Just take this and plug it in here. Right click and here. So that'll take the when I'm ready to start copying things again, then, well, actually I think I am. So let's turn that on and plug this hole here. Bink. Okay, there we go. See, it is working after all. So I end up moving a bunch of things around here. I'm exporting all of the books through a filter into here. I just noticed a issue with the routing, so let's fix that. And I still have a lot of junk that's just building up in all these cases, all these chests, and this auto disenchanter is just not working fast enough for what I wanted to do. Alright, one quick jetpack recharge later, plus a bunch of book crafting. So it turned out that the auto disenchanter was out of books. So well, it turned itself off. So I can just leave these books here in this chest, and they'll be auto extracted when they are ready to top off. So I also made a special chest over here that is set up to produce netherrack. And the other thing that I am working on is a grass factory, I guess, for lack of a better term. So over here I have I have grass that's being fed through well, actually dirt that's being fed through a block placer, and this hourglass, when it ticks, tells the block placer to put the dirt above it, and then fires the piston a couple seconds later. Now this dirt is going to travel along this path until it reaches over here and hits a set of autonomous activators. And so what I want to do is set up, well, back at the auto enchanter, I want to set up a bunch of formulas here for basically creating silk touch devices. So what I'm going to do is I need to hook up the essence feed into this device. So let me grab some smart cable. I already have some in my inventory, okay. And then I'm going to need another export bus. So let's grab the fluid export bus and hook that up to the side of this device. And that will get fed with the essence bucket, which will export from the ME system. So let's then route from here. Let's grab the smart cable. Done. And next I'm going to need some energy, so that means a kinesis pipe. Here we go, kinesis pipes, and bam, bam. Okay. So I guess I can route that up through the middle, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Plus I didn't have any energy routing over here, so let's just grab it from the diamond pipe. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. And just route this all the way across. Okay. No? Yes? Oh, a tiny little glowstone nook. Okay. Just got in the way. And done. Okay. So next, I want to hook up I want to hook up a new formula. So let's make some Fluix normal glass cable. Wire that in. Bink, bink. And for this, I'm going to set up a export bus of, actually no, I'm going to set up a chest with an interface followed by, let's do this, and that is going to export, what am I going to export? I'm going to export hammers. Okay, so let's grab, okay, I don't have any formulas yet, so let's do that. So I want to get some diamond hammers and whip that up in the inventory. Here we go, as well as a crafting card, of which I don't have any. So let's grab basic card. What am I missing here? Alright, after a little bit of delay, we're going to get the crafting card. And let's grab one more interface to kind of complete the set here. Got it. Alright, so what's going to happen is that the interface is going to be set up with with these guys, I never put the pattern into the pattern chest, so let's do that. Then we'll make ourselves a diamond hammer just to work with. So bink bink and done. And the diamond hammers will then export from the ME system, and we'll make sure we use that crafting card so the system will auto craft them. We will export them into the into this chest. Though, do I really need the chest, or should I just export directly? Yeah, let's just export directly here. Get rid of the chest. Bam. Bam. All right. And so this with the whitelist will then take the Fluix and hook up this cable. Well, actually it's already hooked up, so this should already be online. It sees that there's 2 channels being consumed, so the ME interface should be dropping the hammers here into the auto-enchanter. And I'm going to up the up that a bit to see if I can get a level 2 hammer. And I forget what level it needs to be before I get a silk touch, but definitely all these efficiencies and XP boost. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that's going to do for me, but eventually I should get a silk touch, and I'm curious if yeah, if I pump this up enough, I'll have to do some testing to see at what point this is going to convert into a silk touch hammer. Otherwise, I can route these diamond hammers over to the crushing system, and with efficiencies and durabilities, they're going to be much better than the current hammers that I'm using to work on all the X Nihilo stuff. Alright, sometimes the simplest answer is just staring me in the face all along. So what I ended up doing was creating some silk touch upgrades through Tinker's Construct with the silky cloth and the silky jewel. I was able to combine that with some shovels and place the shovels within the autonomous activator set to a left click to attack. And what that does is it basically sets up the autonomous activator to break the dirt as it's being pushed towards the autonomous activator. And so the last thing I'm going to do is set up a extraction right here. So again, I'm just going to drop in some a transfer node with world interaction upgrades, and for now I'm just going to place a chest off to the side to kind of route the grass blocks, and so that way when I'm ready to collect them, they'll be here for Thaumcraft. So and the way this will work is the dirt will get pushed up, and as it runs along the route, it will be slowly. It has a random chance to convert into grass, thanks to the lines of grass here on the side. So by the time it reaches the end, there's a very high probability that it will be grass, and then that's what it would need to well, get silk touched and put in the ME system. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is go into my ME system and grab the some grass blocks out, and I'm going to throw it into the into this autonomous activator, which is the item placer for the for my whole grinding area. So this is being smashed down by those hammers, and it is loading earth shards into my storage container. So like that, I now have Thaumcraft shards to to get me started on my way. So I should be able to make the thermometer right now, this guy, which is the beginning of being able to scan items. So out of curiosity, I was told that when I'm using all these automated machines, they're going to be getting in the way of some of the achievements, and so I'm not sure if that is going to, if I've already like missed the boat. But let's try scanning a couple things. Nothing to be learned. Let's try some glass. Okay, here we go. So there's a bunch of guides out on the web of what we're supposed to search first, and there's like a little minor progression to basically move forward. Let's scan some charcoal. There we go. And so within the progression, I'm just going to follow that list because I'm, well, pretty lazy. So grass is not going to work. Dirt's not going to work. Oh, there we go. So there's some earth for dirt. There's some stone and order for cobblestone. Sand. Yep. So I'm just going to work through and see if I can, well, get all the basic items for essences for Thaumcraft. And so I'm going to do that in between episodes and then check in with you guys when that is done. So with that, I'm calling this an episode. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you next time in Feed the Beast Infinity Valve Skyblock Expert Mode. Bye!